Well, hello and welcome to Delightful, Delicious, Delovely. My name is Christina Lees, and today I have another special episode. I'm not going to make any food. I am going to show you a spoken word event that I went to raise money for Much Love Animal Rescue. Some of us were asked to tell a story about a dog that mattered to us, and so I told a story about my Dashel, my wolf hybrid that I had until 2001, and a bunch of other cool people were there too. It was Kelly, I think Kelly Cuoco is her name from The Big Bang Theory. She spoke first. She was super cute and funny. And then I think Gabrielle Carteris spoke, and then I spoke, and then Jenny and Tori spoke, and then Vanessa Lachey spoke, and then finally Brian Austin Green spoke, and Jerry O'Connell, who's an old friend, hosted the entire event. So I don't have all of it. I don't have the rights to, I guess Kelly Cuoco didn't sign the rights away so I could use her footage of her on my channel. I don't know if, all I have is most of mine, all of Jenny and Tori, and a little bit of Vanessa Lachey, who you can see is super adorable too, and some Jerry O'Connell. I did a sad story, so nobody else did. Everyone else was funny. Mine was sad, but it's an important story about gifts and just the different ways an animal can bring gifts into your life. I'm a mom. You might be wondering, why am I dressed like this? Why am I dressed as a 1920s flower? I am dressed this way because I am going to a Great Gatsby party to celebrate Mr. Jason Priestley's 50th birthday. I've known Jason since 91. That is 28 years of his 50. And it's going to be great fun with a bunch of us all in costume. It's been kind of a costume year for me this year. The last video I put up was on my way to a chili contest, and I was dressed as a bearded lady. And over the fall, before Halloween, a friend of mine became an American citizen, a French woman. They were on this channel too, Marie Ravel and her husband Jamie Young. They have a food truck in LA called Black Flower, and they have been on the show. There's a link there for the episode of their crepe truck. But she became an American citizen, and she had a big party, and she had the people who were American had to come dressed as a famous French character, and the people who are French had to go as famous American characters. We like to say that it's much easier to think of a famous American person than it is a famous French person that you can identify by a costume. That left Andre the Giant, Coco Chanel, Brigitte Bardot. How are you going to do Gerard Depardieu? How are you going to do that? Marcel Marceau. But there's not a whole lot of French people who you can identify by what they look like iconically that way. At least not to me as an American. I went as Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew and my friend Contessa went as Coco Chanel. I was able to recycle my Pepe Le Pew costume for Halloween, where I went as Roadkill Pepe Le Pew with tire tracks on my face, and I got to use that skunky onesie twice. So lots of costumes this year, much fun. I enjoy a costume as much as the next guy, perhaps more. And so without further ado, this is what I have. I apologize for the chunk that's missing and for the other people whose footage I was not allowed to use. To Jason Priestley, happy 50th birthday. Welcome to it. We're all old now. And okay, enjoy. And it's almost Thanksgiving, so go back to last year. I did a whole bunch of reviews of Thanksgiving food, a bunch of different turkeys, the whole roasted turkey, the vegan turkey that broke the internet and got me blocked from a dozen vegan groups on Facebook who all knew it was a vegan turkey but still got their panties in a bunch about it. But there's a great cranberry sauce, a raw cranberry sauce that you make the day before. It's just cranberries and orange zest. It's fantastic. I'm a really wonderful vegan gravy, vegan stuffing, a whole vegan torte thing where you put like cream spinach and scalloped potatoes and fake turkey and gravy and all in one big fucking honkin' thing. Lots of options for you there, and I reviewed the various fake turkeys too. So, okay, now I'm rambling, and cheers. Unpredictable and a general liability on many levels, but blissfully ignorant, I came back to LA with an 8-week-old puppy and named him Dashiell Hammond. The next gift in the series was that my pug Dempsey
It was my pug Dempsey who taught Dash about how to be a dog. There's Dempsey. And Dash forever deferred to Dempsey's alpha status even when Dash had grown to 135 pounds. This is Dempsey going, you know it's a fucking wolf, right? That's not a fucking dog. At 135 pounds and most definitely a wolf, Dash was as if a big goofy bear and a feral cat had had a love child. He was a gorgeous boy. Jerry, you knew him. You met him. You knew Dash, yeah. And Dempsey, yeah, of course. He was a gorgeous boy to look at, and anyone who met him was humbled by his power and sweetness. Everyone seemed to really understand that they were in the presence of a wild animal who was gifting us with his presence. He could have easily escaped any confinement and could kill nearly everything he met. Instead, he was loving and silly, though cautious and easily spooked, and he howled when he was happy, which was a lot. I was living with Jason Priestley for 5 of those years, and Dash was always Jason's favorite of our 4 dogs. Eventually, Jason and I broke up. He kept our Frenchie, whose name was Swifty, and I kept our other 3 dogs, including Dash. And as couples do in the early aftermath of a breakup, we didn't see each other for a long time. When Dashel was 9, he was diagnosed with bone cancer. A good friend had just lost her mastiff to bone cancer, so I knew the only real treatments were amputation and chemo. Amputation would only add months, not years, to his lifespan, and it was not an option for Dash, so elegant and skittish. Amputation would have left him vulnerable and afraid and would have broken his spirit. And chemo was potentially so expensive that it would have crushed me financially. So devastated and with nowhere else to turn, I called Jason. Choking on sobs, I explained the situation, and Dashel has cancer, like that. And I explained the situation to Jason, and he unhesitatingly gave me a credit card to use toward all of Dashel's medical care. This is the next best gift. 37-point font, fuckers. Next best gift anyone has ever given me, because it allowed me to make every future decision based on what was best for Dashel, not on my tiny bank account. I settled in for what I hope would be many months of managing Dashel's pain and giving him his best life. As it happened, Dashel's liver, and this is true of wolf hybrids, by the way, medicine affects wolves differently than it affects dogs, so if anyone has a wolf hybrid, beware of this. As it happened, Dashel's liver couldn't handle the pain medication they had given him, and a few weeks after his diagnosis, I was stunned to be told the best choice for him was to let him go. I was completely blindsided and had never euthanized a pet before. Dash was bigger than I was, such a huge presence, physically and spiritually, such a huge presence to watch leave. It was the most brutal thing I've ever experienced, or had ever experienced at the time, and I've had some fucking shit since then. Anyway, so I went home, and once inside my house, I stood in the living room and I screamed out all my horror and grief. As it happened, one of my oldest friends was living in my guest apartment at the time, an author named Michael Patrick McDonald. He comes from a family of trauma and has lost several siblings. His book is called All Souls, and you should buy it. It's fucking great. He comes from, he started a gun buyback program in Boston and a support group there in Boston for mothers of murdered children. He ran into the room I was standing in and demanded to know where Dash was. He told me that he knew what had happened immediately from my screams because he said, you made the sound that mothers make when their child dies. And he was afraid that Dash had died in the house, which he hadn't. It was an incredible gift for me that I had a friend there who was so familiar and so comfortable with profound loss. He was easy and graceful with me, and it taught me how to be the same for others I meet who are grieving. And that is Michael's other gift to me, that he helped me develop a skill I will always have to comfort others and not be afraid of their sadness. But because of the gift Jason had given me, he and I became close again, and soon after Dash died, I met Jason's girlfriend, Naomi. Dash died in 2001, and I can tell you now that Naomi has become one of the best friends I've ever had. Another enormous gift in my life. And the last of the gifts in the chain of gifts I attribute to my beautiful Dashel. Except that Jason and Naomi named their only son Dashel, which is a fucking awesome tribute to him. because he was a good boy.
Christine Elise, give her a hug. Come on, Gabrielle. We've all been through it. There it is. It's tough, you know, but we wouldn't.
Where's my drink?
It's just we wouldn't the other way. Give her a hug.
No hugs, no hugs.
Come on, give her a hug, dude, in the sweater. Give her a hug, handsome man in the flannel. She's right there. She just told us the Dashel. There we go. We've all been there. They're in doggy heaven. They're all playing in the big dog park up there. Not sad. I mean, come on. The emotions we all have to go through. I didn't think that was a bummer at all. All right. You know what's going to turn it around for us? I don't even have to say their last names. Jenny and Tori, stars of Fox's huge summer hit, BH 90210. My neighbor, Tori Snelling. My good friend Jenny. Where are they coming? They're going to be our next contestants up on the spoken word stage. Oh, they're talking to Gabrielle about some important union issues, I think. Oh. We get more wages?
Jenny's just trying to find a tampon if anyone mean. That means you're young. That's good.
Might be a good time to mention spaying and neutering.
We're here for the dogs. You guys. Oh, there's our dogs. So. Oh! Yeah, wait. This is us. Yeah. Is this thing on? It's on. No, yours is on. Oh, I just said it earlier. So this is mine. This is Musso. And if you were here last year, I talked about Musso. Sorry, I'm talking about him again. And that's Buddy. That's my new. This is my first rescue, Buddy. It's not my fault. I didn't. No, I didn't choose Buddy. Buddy sort of chose us. He did. Yeah. But he chose your husband. But then he chose you. But he wasn't my husband at the time. Dave, anything you want to say? He's out of here. We wanted to talk about Buddy and Musso, though, because they're both rescue dogs.
Yes, and they've recently become best friends.
Because we're best friends. So it was this awkward thing. We were in pre-production for BH 90210, and we were in the offices with our creators, Chris Alberghini and Mike Chesler. Yay! And we've been friends for 30 years now. Oh, since preschool. Was that a comment on your age or me?
On you. That's a long time to be friends with you.
It is. And why do you hate me right now?
I wonder.
Oh, right. Wait, no, seriously, does anyone have a tampon?
Oh my
Why did you just go to the white furry dog?
Because it's nicer than you. So let's talk about our dogs. Look, this is them in the car.
So we've had a friendship for 30 years. And, sorry, I'm talking, you're not right here. So she's my ride or die. We all have one of those. Oh my God! That's the kind she likes too. They're hard to use at first. It's like a fumbling experience.
You can take this to the ice house maybe later.
So we've been friends for 30 years. We've seen each other through every phase of life.
Except menopause, apparently.
I know. You're so lucky. Yeah.
We're here for the dogs.
So the dogs. So our dogs. We brought them into the production office the first day, and Buddy didn't like Musso.
No, Buddy doesn't like other dogs at all.
Which she kept saying, like, Buddy doesn't like other dogs. And I felt this need. I was like, it's my best friend. Like, I want her dog to like my dog. And
Her dog he's over friendly. Like he just wants he's like in everybody's, yeah.
good, he's like me. And your dog's an asshole just like you. No, he's just, he takes a while to warm up, Buddy.
Yeah.
And he like picks and chooses, and actually he shakes a lot, which you don't do yet. So we're good. And
Another 30 years with you.
I know, in the rocking chair, we're gonna be really cute. And have lots of rescue dogs all around us. So yeah, Buddy didn't like Musso, and Musso was like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and Buddy was like,
Yeah, like that.
and then, wait, is there the picture of the,
Yeah, I sent that picture. They bonded while we were shooting in Canada because they kind of just went everywhere with us. They got kicked off of the lot at one point because they're the kind of dogs that just trail right behind you. They don't like to be on leashes. They just like to go wherever you are. And they're so amazing that way. They're very, very loyal.
everywhere.
Well, that's not Musso. Musso Pete, Mandy, where's Mandy? Mandy.
Oh my god, in the wardrobe room, how many, you're like, oh, look at those boots, guess we're keeping them. I just marked them. They're white.
I was always like, it's not Buddy. It's not Buddy. It's Musso. It's her dog.
So I think they actually bonded because we've done a lot of things together in 30 years of friendship, but we've actually never lived together, except on camera. And when we went to Vancouver, we lived together for 1 month.
We did.
Roommates.
And so the dogs live together, but
They did.
I just want to say,
Uh-oh.
if you go to like a hotel or a rental apartment for a month or 2 or 3, you probably should take your dog out for walks, right? To go pee-pee outside, like little doggy walks. This one doesn't do that. She put a pee-pee pad down in our apartment and said, no,
That's
he's going to use the
responsible, right?
pee-pee pad.
Yeah.
For like a week, she was saying he's going to use the pee-pee pad, and I said, here's the pee-pee pad. Show me pee on the pad. Not one spot on the pad. And we detected that he was using the entire rug as his ginormous
As if
pee-pee
you didn't
pad.
have enough on your plate because you were acting and producing and creating.
I was cleaning the
She
carpet.
then, after a 17-hour day, came to set the next morning and she was like, I found pee on the inside of the rug.
I turned it over. I mean,
Like a rug this big, you guys. Like, how would you even think to lift a rug like that up and be like, ooh, there's a spot that you took a picture of? And I was like, A, that's weird that you were doing that with like your hour off in the morning. And B, maybe it was from dogs before. Because once one marks, others follow suit.
Buddy never peed in the apartment. Not once.
That you know of.
Anywho.
Anyway, we had this really cute picture. That's not here. Ruth Ann, we couldn't use that picture. It was too. It was pornographic. You didn't feel comfortable. So
They've become very close.
so they become very close. Like when they see each other, like, ah, it's you. And it's really funny because when they see each other, they're best friends now. Sorry, we missed that part. Like they're best friends. They love each other, inseparable. But every time they see each other for the first time, each time they run up and sniff each other's wiener. And then they're like, oh, it's you! It's you! And I'm like, that's so weird. Imagine like every time I saw you, if I like went into your booth, I'm like, oh, it's my best friend, it's you. So we had this picture of who was doing what to who. You took it.
I took it. It was in my trailer.
Yeah.
Like 3 a.m. I think it was one of them's just splayed there, and the other one's just going in. And I was laying there.
And
I'm like,
awkwardly, it was like a reverse selfie, and they were both in between your legs, which just adds
relaxing. And then
apparently.
And then there were. and they were there. So I took a picture. It was really cute. And
So they love each other, and we love each other.
is that it? Is that all you have to say?
Yep.
Sorry for polluting your ears. Goodbye.
Tori and Jenny, everybody. Thanks for hooking Jenny up there in the front row. That was a good hookup. Sounds like they are not getting the deposit back on that Vancouver apartment. That's gonzo, right? That's why they leave deposits. Yeah, the old wee-wee pad technique. It's never worked for me, but I mean, I get it. If anyone has an adult diaper, I could use one. I've had to go for about, you got one in there for me? Our next speaker, oh, this young lady, love her, gorgeous animal, Vanessa, looking at you, get up here, looking gorgeous. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now we have a lot of choices for you here. You could go stool mode, which was a little inside the actor's studio-y. I like that. By the way, I would watch that morning show, Tori and Jenny. Also star of BH 921 Vanessa
I gotta go after them. Well, shucks. I don't get nervous when I speak. It's what I do for a living. I just speak. I'm nervous tonight because of the people that I'm with. When you see Kaylee, hi, how are you? And everybody from BH 90210, and then there's me. I am humbled that I got to be in BH 90210 and be Mrs. Jason Priestley. Although the writers, we didn't get one kissing scene. What the right? And then you had me leave him in the end. I didn't even get to fight Jenny for anything. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Camila comes back with a vengeance. Okay, I digress. So I might sound a little funky because I don't feel 100%, and I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, that's why I tried not to kiss lots of you. And if I did kiss you and hug you, I'm sorry. But I did put myself together and do all of this for Ruth Ann and everything that she represents and does. And when Ruth Ann asks you to do something, you do it because it is true, it is from the heart, and because she knows a shit ton of people in this town. You want to stay on her good side. But there's the only two reasons that I would come out of bed are for my children and for my first baby, my fur baby. That's Wookiee. Because my husband loves Star Wars. And he's like, we have a Chewbacca. Right? So we call him Wookiee!